Hey guys, welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to find a square root of a number using long division. So what is a square root? So let's just take an example. So let's take the example of 25. What is the square root of 25? We know the square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 equals to this number, which is 25. So a square root of a number is a number which, when multiplied by itself, gives you that original number. So 5 times 5 is 25. Similarly for 36, it'll be 6 because 6 times 6 equals 36. Okay, so now let's find the square root of a number using long division. So let's just start with a 3-digit number. So let's take 729. We want to find the square root of this number. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna write the square root of all numbers from 1 to 10. So 1 square is what? 1 times 1 is 1. Then 2 times 2 is 4. 9 times 9 is 81. And then finally 10 square is 100 because 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it on the right so we can use that. We're gonna use that in our long division method. And so what I'm gonna do first is we're gonna make pairs starting from the right. So 29 is 1, and then this 7 is by itself, so we're just gonna leave it as is. So now, so starting from the left, we have to find a number whose square is equal to or less than 7. So from these we can see if we start from 3, it's 9, which is bigger than this number, so we need a number smaller than that. So we can start with 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. So we're gonna start with 2. 2 times 2 is 4. We're gonna subtract this. 7 minus 4 is 3. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna carry both of these together. So we're gonna carry 29 here. And then what we have to do here is we have to add this number by the number we just multiplied here. So we have to add 2 plus 2, so the same number we just multiplied here, so we get 4. So now the next step is we have to multiply for something with something that gives us 329 or less. Okay, so let's see, what can we start with? We can start with 3 because it's ending in 9. So let's try 3 first. So 43 times 3. Remember, it has to be the same number in both places. So if we put 2 here, we have to put 2 here. If we put 3 here, we have to put 3 here. So 43 times 3 is what? 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 129 is too small. So let's try this number now. 7 times 10 is also 49, and it's ending in 9. So let's see if this gives us the desired result. Otherwise, we'll go a number smaller than that. So we can do 47 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 4 is 32, and we get 329. So we'll use 7 here. So 47 times 7 gives us 329. If we subtract this, we get 0. So that means the square root of 729 is equal to 27. So this is our answer. And to double check your work, what you can do is just multiply 27 with 27, and you should get 729. And this is how we can test our results. Okay, now let's find the square root of a 4-digit number. So again, we're gonna start from the right and we're gonna make pairs. So we have 2 pairs here, 96 and 12. So now what number can we start with? So 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16. So we can start with 3 because if we start with 4, it's already bigger than 12. So we have to start with 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. We're gonna subtract that. So we get 3 here. And now we have to add the same number here that we just multiplied here. So we're gonna add 3 plus 3, so we get 6. And then here we're gonna carry this pair, so 96, so we get 396. So now our next step is we have to find a number such that 60 something multiplied by something gives us 396 or less than that. Okay, so what can we start with? Let's see what all squares here are ending in 6. So we see 4 square is ending in 6. So that means if you multiply 64 by 64 is going to end in 6. So let's try that first. So 64 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 6 is 24. Add 1, we get 25. 256. Too small. So let's do the next one from here that is ending in 6. So 6. Let's take 6 square. So that means 66 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry 3. 6 times 6 is 36. Add 3, you get 39. 396. So 66 times 6 equals 396. If we subtract this, we get 0. So that means the square root of 1296 equals to 36. And again, to check our results, we simply need to multiply 36 with 36. We should get 1296. Okay, now in our next example, we're going to find the square root of a 5-digit number. So again, we're going to start from the right and we're going to make pairs. So 61, 85, and 2, we're going to leave it as is. So now, what number square is less than or equal to 2? It can't be 2 here because 2 times 2 is 4. It's already bigger than 2. So we're going to start with 1. So 1 square gives us 1. So if we subtract that, we get 1. So our next step is we're going to carry this whole pair here. We're going to bring it here. So 185. And then we're going to add this number here. So we're going to add this number over here. So we get 2. Now our next step is 2 times what number multiplied with that number gives us 185 or less. Okay, so let's start with 5 first, because 5 square is ending in 5. So let's say 25 times 5. Let's try that. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10. Add 2, we get 12. 125. Okay, that's too small. So let's do 26 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 2 is 12. Add 3, we get 15. 156. Okay, so 26 times 6 is 156. We can try a bigger number. Let's do 27 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 4, 8. 189. Okay, so 27 times 7 is already bigger than 185. We are getting 189. So we're gonna stick with 6 here. So we're gonna take this one here. Okay, so we're gonna do 26 times 6. It gives us 156. Now let's subtract 185 from 156. We get 29. Now in our next step, we're gonna carry this pair from here. We're just gonna add it here. So 2961. And remember our next step, we're gonna add the number we just multiplied here. So we're gonna add 6 here because we just multiplied it with 6. So the next step is just adding that number. So 26 plus 6 is 32. Okay, so now we have to multiply. Let me actually get this out of the way. So now our next step is we have to multiply 320 something with something that gives us 2961 or less. So let's see, it's ending in 1. What is ending in 1? We can start with 1, but of course 321 times 1 is just 321 is too small. So here we can see the only other square that's ending in 1 is 9 squared. So we can try 9 here. So 329 times 9. Let's try that. So 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 8 is 26. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus 2, 29. So we got the same number here. So that means 329 times 9 gives us 2961. If we subtract this, we get 0 remainder. So that means the square root of 28561 is 169. And again, to validate our answer, we can just multiply 169 with 169 and we should get 28,561. If you found this helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you for watching.